Hi, everybody. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to use Tatango's trigger mechanisms to allow your team to be notified of certain upsell opportunities and potential risk conditions. So the tags as triggers in Tatango are one way to leverage the triggering mechanism. There's also an email component that can be leveraged as an alert. So I'm going to actually show you something that I prepared. I have in segments a section and what I have is an upsell opportunity segment that was created to identify customers that are potentially up for an upsell. And the criteria is that their license utilization is above 80% in the last 14 days. So what I have done, I actually added a trigger. And to add a trigger, you simply go into this edit mode, and you can add a specific relevant tag, and that will be your trigger. The naming convention is important here because you want to keep it succinct and meaningful so that your team can understand what the tag means. I can add the tag on entry, and I can remove the tag on exit. So once I have defined my tag, once I click on save, this tag will be activated, and if I activate my segment, then the tag will get applied automatically to all the accounts that enter the criteria. When I do this initially, I have to baseline tag everybody. So I have to select all the accounts in a particular segment and click on add tags and spell my tag out. If I already have it in the system, it's already going to be available to me. And then I can simply select that tag and click on add tags, and my tag will be added to all the accounts within that particular segment. That's a step number one, is the baseline. And from here, once I have added the tags, they will be in the system. So I can build processes, I can build views, and I will show you that in a moment. The other thing you can do for triggers, actually, and let me pause it for a second, is set up an email alert. So if there's an upsell opportunity and you want your team members to be alerted, you can actually specify an email address. So for example, if I had an email address called cs@tatango.com, this can be a general distribution list. Once you have defined that email address, anytime there's an upsell opportunity, there's going to be an email sent. So it's a great way to jump in front of it, any hot opportunities that come up, and go ahead and close them right on the spot. So that's one way. The other list that we're doing is actually a risk condition. So if I'm going to go into a metrics folder, I have a segment that defines an average drop by 30%. So time spent in the system dropped by over 30%. And if that's a risk condition for me and my organization, I can actually specify the same thing. So I can add a trigger and I can specify an email address where this will go. And my team was going to be alerted right away whenever there's a new account that comes into place where their threshold drops below a certain percentage. So that's another way. So we can add an email address. Again, we also can add tags. So if there's a relevant tag for this risk condition, you can also add a tag. But most likely the best approach would be to get notified by email anytime this happens so that you're aware and alerted by that. If you need to be organizationally, maybe an executive level alert is appropriate. The other thing I wanted to show you is how to visualize information based on the tags that have been added to the accounts. So I have a folder called map, and I have a visualization tag map. Basically, you can do this with any type of scenario. Either it could be a risk condition, an upsell, expansion opportunity, or even product adoption. So if you're tracking product adoption and tracking how your customers are using your product and tagging them based on their use cases, you can actually expose the specific tags and have this type of map available to you. The way that I did this, basically, I have my regular segment that's just looking at all my paying customers. And what I have done, I use the column editor. So I select columns with a little plus sign. And I've added, I used this tagged with option. And when I brought it over, I basically select the specific tag that I'm looking for. Once I have found it, when I add these columns, those particular values for those tags are going to be applied in my results. So when I add the particular columns, let me add another one so you can see. Maybe I'll just add this one, add columns, and get my new columns added. And now I can see this sense of a map. So if I'm looking at my customers, for example, this one, Black X billing, I know that they're high license utilization upsell opportunity and also expansion opportunity. And maybe for me, expansion means that they're just simply ready to use different functional areas of my product. And, the logic that is defining these tags, it's very customizable, but once you have the final tag and the process is well defined to the team and they know what the tags mean, it makes it visually really appealing because you can easily audit and see how you're doing. If there are good opportunities for an expansion and upsell, and then if you are using tags for any other purposes, they can be visualized the same way by simply exposing the particular tagged with as a column, and then you can see your map. I hope this was helpful. If you wanted more information on future webinars, we have a resources page that I'm going to show you in a moment, where you can find information on upcoming sessions. So if I point you to training, we have on-demand sessions that have been recorded. If you want to refer back to any hot tips of the week, feel free. There's a lot of quick videos on all of these functional areas of Tatango. And also we have a lot of upcoming sessions that we would love to see you at. Hope this was helpful again. Thank you so much and have a great day.